A Pentagon official invested in an astrology business because ChatGPT told him it was worth $10 billion. This isn't fiction. This is happening right now at the highest levels of American defense. The official, Anthony Tata, who oversees personnel decisions for 3 million service members. The astrologer, Tripp, who correctly predicted Biden would drop out on July 21, 2024. She got the exact date right weeks in advance. Then she allegedly tried to extort him. And the Pentagon's response? Complete and total confidence. Welcome to the Rabbit Hole Chronicles. I'm Percival Blackwood, May 2024. A 65-year-old retired Army general joins Bumble. His profile probably didn't mention he was about to become one of the most powerful people in American defense, or that this would be his fourth documented extramarital affair. Anthony Tata, combat veteran, author of 13 military thrillers. By July 2025, he'd be confirmed as Under-Secretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness. His match? Tripp, operating as Starheal. 123,000 followers on X, 86,000 on TikTok. Self-proclaimed internet's most notorious astrologer. $200 per hour for consultations. Master's degree in social work from NYU. What started as research for a novel character, that was Tata's story, became something else entirely. Within weeks, they were in what legal documents call a casual sexual relationship. But the real relationship was far stranger. Tata became an investor. He bought 5% equity in Starheal LLC. The justification will haunt your dreams. He believed the astrology market could be worth, wait for it, $10 billion according to Grok and ChatGPT. Let me repeat that. A future Pentagon executive made an investment decision based on what 2 AI chatbots speculated about the astrology market. For over a year, this continued, through Trump's election, through Tata's nomination in February 2025, all while Tripp used her astrological methods to guide his career. She studied his charts, read his stars, and in June 2025, she told him something specific. The celestial signs indicated his Senate confirmation was imminent. She was right, but that prediction triggered everything that followed. On June 28th, with confirmation certain, Tata sent a text. Our relationship is unequivocally over. 15 months. Business partnership. Career guidance from the cosmos. Ended with a text message. What happened next is documented across 3 separate lawsuits now working through Palm Beach County courts. And the details get progressively worse. First came the calls, not just angry calls. We're talking 30 calls in less than an hour. Hundreds of messages total. Then she allegedly started contacting his wife. He won't get confirmed. He's cooked. Another message. I just told the White House. The threats escalated. According to court filings, Tripp texted about Tata's wife. I will beat the shit out of her. Then came the message that opens our story. If your wife texts me again, she's going to be picking her teeth up. Pass it on. But she didn't stop there. She allegedly doxed them both on social media, names, professions, images, to her combined 200,000 plus followers. She threatened to tell people that Tata's wife stole money and she would call your job. Then came the demand. Money to keep quiet. How much? We'll get to that. But first she had another threat, something that would destroy him completely. She allegedly threatened to accuse him publicly of committing, and these are the lawsuit's words, a disgusting sexual crime against her. Classic blackmail. Except this wasn't a trained intelligence operative. This was an Instagram astrologer with a master's degree who could somehow predict political events with uncanny accuracy. The extortion amount started at $20,000, but after consulting with her father, yes, her parents allegedly joined the harassment campaign, she raised it to $25,000. The money would buy her silence and the removal of defamatory information from X. August 1st, 2025. Tata files a breach of contract suit against her business. August 7th, He gets a restraining order. August 22nd, the main event. A lawsuit filed as John Doe, seeking damages for harassment, defamation, and extortion. The John Doe mystery lasted about 48 hours. Journalists at the Daily Beast and The Cut matched the biographical details. A combat veteran with PTSD who wrote military thrillers and was recently confirmed to a Pentagon position. Not exactly a massive pool of candidates. But here's where our story takes a turn nobody expected. Instead of investigating their compromised official, the Pentagon circled the wagons. Spokesman Sean Parnell declared Tata had their complete and total confidence. No security review, no investigation, nothing. This might seem shocking until you learn something the coverage buried. This was Tata's fourth affair. An Army Inspector General investigation documented 3 extramarital affairs during his first marriage. He fathered a son out of wedlock. All of this was known. All of it was in his file when the Senate confirmed him. Think about that timeline. May 2024 to June 2025. For 13 months, a man with access to the personnel files of every American service member was taking investment advice from artificial intelligence and career guidance from a TikTok astrologer. He was sharing his life, his plans, his fears, with someone who would later allegedly try to destroy him. The security implications are staggering. Every clearance investigation looks for exactly this. Vulnerabilities to blackmail. Affairs create leverage. Someone threatens exposure. Suddenly they own you. Yet Tata passed his clearance while actively in this relationship. Meanwhile, Tripp's lawyers paint a different picture. They say she believed right up through the nomination process that he was still going to be with her. Those violent texts, cherry-picked without context. Deleted messages would supposedly show Tata making promises, leading her on, emotionally manipulating someone he knew was vulnerable. Her attorney's exact words, "This is a full frontal assault by very powerful people against a very vulnerable individual." But vulnerable individuals don't usually correctly predict major political events. Tripp didn't just call Biden's exit, she got the exact date. She predicted Tata's confirmation timing. What else has she predicted? What other guidance has she given? And here's the question that should keep you up at night. Who else in our government is taking advice from social media mystics? The legal battle continues. 3 active cases. No trial dates set. This will likely end how these always end. Sealed settlement, non-disclosure agreement. Everyone walks away. Truth buried under paperwork. But Tripp isn't hiding. She's still posting. Still offering consultations. Her follower count has actually grown. Recent posts about coercive controllers who love to humiliate their victims don't require much interpretation. She's leveraging a Pentagon scandal for marketing. Her website still advertises that she correctly predicted Biden's exit. And why not? There are no consequences for anyone involved. Let me paint you the real picture here. We have a defense official responsible for military readiness, recruitment, health services, who made investment decisions based on chatbot speculation, who maintained a relationship with someone who could predict political events with mysterious accuracy, who has a documented history of affairs creating exactly the kind of vulnerabilities foreign intelligence services exploit. And when it all came crashing down, when the extortion attempts began, when his judgment was exposed as catastrophically compromised, the response from our defence establishment was full support. No questions asked. This isn't about personal morality. This is about operational security. Every intelligence agency in the world just learned that American defense officials can be compromised through dating apps, that they'll share their lives with anyone who can read a star chart, that even when caught, even when extorted, they keep their jobs. If an enlisted soldier has an affair, they face court-martial, loss of pension, dishonourable discharge. But at Tata's level, different rules, protected class. The compromise is acceptable as long as you're useful to the right people. We discovered this scandal because extortion leaves a paper trail, because lawsuits are public records, because journalists connected the dots. But for every Anthony Tata who gets exposed, how many others remain hidden? For every Amy Tripp who goes too far with extortion, how many others are quietly building leverage? Your defense establishment is one DM away from compromise, one Bumble match from blackmail, one horoscope reading from handing classified information to whoever's asking. The most dangerous part, this probably isn't unique. Tata got caught because his astrologer allegedly turned to extortion. But how many other officials are sharing their secrets with unvetted strangers they met online? How many are taking advice from even less credible sources than astrologers? In an age where everyone's on their phone, where dating apps are normal, where social media influencers have more reach than news networks, our security protocols haven't evolved. We're using 1950s vetting for 2025 vulnerabilities. Foreign intelligence doesn't need deep cover agents anymore. They just need Instagram accounts and astrology apps. They need to predict one political event correctly to establish credibility. Then they own whoever's desperate enough, or lonely enough, or stupid enough to believe them. Anthony Tata still has his job, full Pentagon support, access to everything he had before. The message is clear. Compromise is acceptable. Vulnerability is tolerable. Judgment doesn't matter if you have the right friends. The stars aligned for this scandal to become public, but alignment is temporary. The moment passes. The news cycle moves on, and somewhere right now, another defense official is swiping right on someone who seems to know exactly what their future holds. Because they do. They're writing it. This has been the Rabbit Hole Chronicles. I'm Percival Blackwood, reminding you that national security isn't breached by armies anymore. It's breached by algorithms, astrology apps, and officials who think ChatGPT gives sound investment advice. The Pentagon now runs on star charts and chatbot speculation. Sleep tight, America.